I remember my parents asking me the same question I asked you. What would you want to see in the next 6 weeks? And I said, as much USC football as possible. And Coach Carroll heard that and made that wish happen and then some. I don't think he really knew what he was getting himself into by inviting me up to a practice. His right-hand man for many years, Ben Malcolm, says it the best way. He goes, Jake and Coach Carroll are the same person, just 50 years apart. And I think we recognized that right away, and we bonded, we connected. And I connected with a lot of those players I still am close with today. It was such an authentic, just personal experience. It made me forget about what was happening outside of those walls. The fact that, that day was counting down where I'd lose my eyesight, and just put me in the moment of just enjoying being around this sport I love so much, this team I love so much. I'm still very close with Coach Carroll today. When he went to Seattle the year after, I stayed in touch with him. I went up to a couple Seattle games. Coach Carroll's amazing, and to be around a man like that during the time I was facing taught me a couple things that I really needed to continue to push through life after losing my eyesight, and that was positivity. Like, Coach Carroll is one of the most positive guys you'll ever meet. It's kind of almost to the point where it's annoying, but it's honestly unreal. I remember. So the first Super Bowl he went to in New York to play the Broncos, I went to that Super Bowl, and that was one of the most fun nights of my life. We smacked the you-know-what out of the Broncos, okay? Well, the second Super Bowl in Arizona, I don't know if you remember that one against the Patriots, that didn't end up so well, okay? That was the one where Russell Wilson threw that interception right after that 2-minute warning. Probably the worst night you could ever imagine as a head coach. So I'm leaving the stadium that night. My dad and I are driving back here. And so on the ride home, I send Coach Carroll a text, not even thinking he'd ever respond because of just how horrible the night is. And I just try to give him some words of encouragement. Coach, you're still a great coach. Don't let this get you. Let's just get after it next year. Let's fight on. So I get home. I get in bed. It's around 2 a.m. at that point. I'm ready to go to sleep. And all of a sudden I hear a zzz. Pick up my phone. What do you know? It's Coach Carroll. This is how the text reads. It goes, Jakey, so glad you're ready to come out. What a great night, man. Did you have fun? I'm like, who are you? Like, this is like, it was unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. But exactly that attitude is what I needed when facing, again, blindness for the rest of my life. You probably couldn't think much of a worse situation than that. But here he is showing me how to be positive in the worst of times. The other thing he taught me was compete. He has, his kind of trademark is always compete. And we kind of talked about teamwork and competing as a team today. That's exactly what I needed to hear heading into blindness, because you usually see competition or wanting to compete against, another team, which it is. You can compete against, your fellow, workmates or teammates, whatever. And that happens too. But I never saw competing against a challenge. I never saw it as competing against something that's happening to you. And in the same way, you do bring that same competitor mindset of this isn't going to stop me, that I'm going to continue to push forward. And that competitive mindset, the competitor mindset, is exactly what I took heading into blindness.